Trackmaster of Melbourne knows all about building off-road vans. In fact, that's all they've done since they set up in 1995. But this little beauty over here, the Trackmaster Gibson, is the only one they build off the rack. The rest are all custom built. When Trackmaster introduced it, they saw it as a van that could be sold through distributors, so it has one spec, or what you see is what you get. When the Gibson came on the market 6 years ago, it replaced the Parenti to take on things like Track Trailer's T-Van, the Kimberley Caravan, and so on. But since then, the market's moved on, and there's a whole rash of hybrid caravans, pop-tops that have come into the, let's say, sub $80,000, in some cases sub $90,000 bracket. Here are some of the things that make the Gibson a true off-road pop-top. Look at some of these details. 150mm by 50mm galvanised steel chassis, but it's this steep rear cutaway that enables the Gibson to get in and out of creek crossings where the whole rig is really arched. Drop down Alco corner jacks here, big solid jacks for each corner. Spare wheel, see how it's tucked up right under the chassis there, well out of the way so it's not going to foul anything. And to get to it you insert a normal jack handle in this hole and it winds down on a chain. But further underneath is what really makes the Gibson work so well on-road and off-road. The Sugar Glider suspension that Trackmaster have used continuously since they started and helped develop uses specific springs for each model in the whole Trackmaster range. They're 6-inch coils, but they vary the diameter of those coils, and they also vary the settings of the shock absorbers to exactly match the weight of each van. And this little Gibson, with the equipment it's got on today, has a tear weight of just on 1,500 kilograms. Some more great off-road features. Here's a pole carrier, full width pole carrier that's fitted as standard. You've got power outlets, 240 volt and of course 12 volt. This stucco finish on the aluminium cladding, much more hail resistant than a conventional smooth finish, and behind this there is waterproof ply ahead of insulation before further interior lining, so there's a backing behind this that really supports it. Further around the back, solid bumper. If you're in a tight campsite, you certainly don't want to dent the van and from small trees, and 2 jerry can holders at the back. And for a bit of luxury here, we have an outdoor hot and cold shower. So just the thing after a long day. And twin water tanks, 2 60-litre water tanks, very well shielded underneath, so there's plenty of water to enjoy both your shower and that cup of tea. Another bit of off-road clever thinking here. 2 gas bottles, of course, protected by this very solid stone shield. It also protects the regulator here, and with these flexible pipes, they're not going to fracture when you're on rough roads. Reasonable size boot to store the essential things: water hose, waste hose, a jockey wheel, all those things. Even stone shielding for the corner jacks. Like any good off-road caravan, the Gibson has a 90-watt solar panel here on the roof and a 110 amp hour deep cycle battery, and if you don't want to tap the battery, there's even a solar socket. You can take your 12-volt appliances directly off that solar panel. The Gibson might be only 13 feet long, but it's amazingly well thought out and roomy inside. I suppose the only exception's this headroom from the wedge-shaped front if you're a little bit tall. For a small pop-top, this has got a lot of kitchen bench space, and that's helped by having covers like this glass one over the sink with its pop-up mixer tap. There's also lots of storage. For example, underneath the double bed, including this opening cabinet. And room for clothes. The other thing I like is this solid Tasmanian hardwood furniture. It's solid, it lasts, it adds strength to the van. The 90-litre 3-way fridge is a good size for a van of this dimensions, but what I really like here is a true off-road feature. Little bungee cord that secures the fridge when you're travelling over corrugated roads. So here we have the Trackmaster Gibson, a great, tough little pop-top that is really excellent value for money in today's market. But you can read all about it, all the details, in the latest issue of Camper Trailer Australia, out now.